Seated next to Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Sixers coming into play. They'll need to hold on to home court advantage. It's critical in a three-game series.
And when you're playing a three-game series, you have to come out with fire in game one. You have to set the tone right away because you can't afford any missteps.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Sixers have the basketball. Big finish at the rim. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet, and one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
Now a steal on a very lazy pass there. Kristaps Porzingis sends it away. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Pass stolen by the Mavericks. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Luka Doncic gets inside for two.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out three.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Can't connect from in close.
And I love when great coaches make their players play these games. Pop does it with the Spurs all the time. He doesn't want their players to see 24 seconds on the shot clock. He wants his players to see, let's get 24 stops in a row.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Oops, he missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Dallas has it. Knocked loose. Porzingis. He got it off in time, but that shot no good. Has a look. He's looking for that touch. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in Game 1. Jay and I will be back after this. You're watching the 2021 NBA Finals, and it's on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First one, count it. And he makes them both. Mavericks with the possession. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw good. A 3-point play as they move in front here just before the break. Dallas owns the basketball. Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. Lays it up and in.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Knocked loose. That's going to be out of bounds. And takes it away. Kristaps Porzingis with a piece. And look out. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Here we go. I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul. It's halftime here in Game 1. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The 76ers certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Mavericks have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Points in the paint.
The Dallas Mavericks are in a situation where if I was the coach of the team, I'd hope they'd be insulted by the way they gave up points in the paint. Going into the second half, these guys really need to have some pride and be more assertive around the basket defensively. The problem became more apparent to me closer to halftime, resulting in the kind of plays in our highlight package.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
And scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Sixers control it. Oh, emphatic slam.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Kristaps Porzingis with the block. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Runner here won't go down.
Nothing better than when the defense communicates to each other that the shot clock is down to 5. When they yell red, they apply even more pressure on the ball.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good to cap off the 3-point play as they continue to open things up here in the 3rd quarter. Livingston across the timeline, looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Jonah Bolden sends it away. That misses with 2 seconds to go. The quarter comes to an end, and a great start for the 76ers. Dallas with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Livingston to bring it up. Trailing by 15. Nothing going here on that drive. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
KP, Kristaps Porzingis. He struggled just a little bit, 2 for 5.
Oh man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Beyond the arc for three. It's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Got it. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. It's the Mavericks right now at the controls. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Livingston across the timeline. Down a bundle. KP, Kristaps Porzingis. 3 for 6 now.
The passing has been great, but the movement without the ball has been even better. Seeing a play before it happens is a skill set a lot of people don't talk about. But a great pass combined with great movement, good luck with that.
Finish that. Late heave to beat the buzzer. The Sixers are victorious. They've claimed the opener in this short best-of-3 series. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers were simply amazing in this contest. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Mavericks are no longer suffering through what was a big-time blowout. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. Check out the leading scores for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Points in the paint.
The Philadelphia 76ers chose to go with the high percentage shots that can only happen around the rim. It worked out well for them, getting them the win, and some great-looking highlights.
player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
After a wild opener, we get back at it in Game 2 of the NBA Finals on EA Sports. We're at Wells Fargo Center, where tonight the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Seated next to Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Sixers coming into play. They're one game away from an NBA title after that ultra-important win in the opener of this 3-game series.
And just like we saw in the opener, you can't afford any off nights in the 3-game series. One more off night means the season is over. So I expect this to be a very hard-fought game.
A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw up and good. It's a 3-point play on the first possession of the game. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Sixers have the basketball. And he'll go to the foul line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
First free throw is good. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Livingston to bring it up. Just underway. Happier with us for Game 2. Sixers with the rebound. Can't connect from in close.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
That's going to be out of bounds. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Lazy pass there, and it's intercepted. Oh, errant pass as it's taken away. It's no good. Great defense.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Jumper's good.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Oh, good defense there as the Mavs take it away. And the slam. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I will be back after this. You're watching the 2021 NBA Finals. And one quarter down, neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. Shot from the lane won't go.
Nothing better than when the defense communicates to each other that the shot clock is down to 5. When they yell red, they apply even more pressure on the ball.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you. I got him.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Had to rush that one, and it's no good.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
Porzingis with the slam.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Gets to the basket and scores.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Pass stolen by the Mavericks. From the painted area, won't go down. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose and our EA Sports halftime.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Add 2 points to the board.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Luka Doncic slams it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice.
I got ball. Pick up. Match up.
All
Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Kristaps Porzingis pins it. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throws up and perfect. Livingston across the timeline. His guys now down by a point. Wide open look won't go.
Well, when the shot clock is dwindling down to its last couple of seconds, sometimes it can be seen as an extra defender. Try to get some shots earlier in the clock. This way, allow the game to breathe.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
First one, count it. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Fires the 3. He got it off in time, but that shot no good. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
First one goes down.
Good shot. That was beautiful.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down. Straight on 3. At the buzzer. That misses with a second to go. That's the end of the third quarter. It's the Mavericks. Dallas with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more importantly.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. 4-3. Had to force that one, but it's no good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And he slams it down. Big finish for Kristaps Porzingis.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good. He finishes off the three-point play. And now it's a three-point contest. Dallas owns the basketball. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. And the finish, slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Missed it. How'd that not go down? And now an intentional foul, so they'll send him to the line. 2 free throws here means it's a 3-possession game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. The Mavericks signal for timeout. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. It's a turnover as they head the other way. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Porzingis for 2. KP, Kristaps Porzingis. He's now 4 for 6. And an intentional foul here in the closing moments, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Late heave to beat the buzzer. The Sixers are victorious. Sheer joy down on the court. They've won the NBA title. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers must be feeling a million different things right now, all of them great. They've done it, NBA champions. Only a select few get a chance to experience the view from the mountaintop, and they absolutely deserve it. The Mavericks are experiencing the kind of disappointment that can't be shared by anyone but a teammate. It's pretty quiet in their locker room right now. I can only imagine how tough it must be. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for another NBA season. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, thanks for making us your choice for hoops action.